Stop doing this if you want to find true peace and balance in your life. You know, there are certain people out there who are just impossible to help. No matter how much you try, these personalities will only drag you down, making it harder for you to stay calm, focused, and in control. So if you're serious about maintaining your mental well-being, it's time to distance yourself from these toxic individuals. But who exactly are these people? And why should you stay away? Well, that's what we're diving into today. So grab a seat because this is about to get real. Now, imagine you're walking down the road of life, minding your own business, trying to stay positive, motivated, and just trying to keep your head above water. You've got your goals, your dreams, and your plans all set. But then, bam, out of nowhere, you run into a person who's not just difficult, but downright toxic. You might think, oh, I can help them. I can change them, but let me stop you right there. No, you can't. And honestly, you shouldn't even try. Here's why. First up, we have the arrogant folks. You know the type. They walk into the room like they own the place, never considering for a second that anyone else might matter. They're not interested in listening to you. They just want you to admire them. It's like their ego fills up so much space that there's no room left for anything or anyone else. I mean, have you ever been in a conversation with someone who constantly interrupts just to talk about themselves? Yep, that's them. And trust me, nothing you say or do will ever be enough to make them see things differently. They thrive on being the center of attention, and honestly, they're not going to change just because you wish they would. The only thing that happens when you try to help them is that you end up exhausted, frustrated, and doubting yourself. Not worth it, right? Think about it this way. Their arrogance is like a shield, a way to protect their fragile egos from any perceived threat. They might seem confident, but underneath it all, they're deeply insecure. That's why they need constant validation and why they're always boasting about their achievements. It's a never-ending cycle. No matter how much praise they get, it's never enough. They'll keep demanding more and more, and if you're the one they're leaning on for that validation, you're going to be drained in no time. But here's the real kicker. Their arrogance isn't just about them. It affects you too. When you're around someone like this, you start to feel smaller, less important. Their need to dominate every conversation, every interaction, leaves you questioning your own worth. And that's dangerous because once you start doubting yourself, it's a slippery slope to losing your confidence altogether. This is why it's so crucial to recognize these people for who they are and step away before they pull you down with them. And then we've got the selfish ones. These people. They're only nice when they want something from you. And once they get it, they're out. You're left standing there, feeling used and wondering what just happened. They might pretend to care about you, but don't be fooled. It's all an act to get what they want. They're the type who will never share, never help, and never give back unless they absolutely have to. And even then, they'll do it begrudgingly, probably with a million excuses about why they can't or won't. The worst part, they're masters at manipulation. They'll twist your words, play with your emotions, and make you question your own reality just to keep the upper hand. It's like they've got this sixth sense for sniffing out vulnerability and using it to their advantage. You know, it's funny how these selfish types always seem to have the best excuses, right? They're never the ones at fault. It's always someone else, or the timing wasn't right, or they didn't have enough information, whatever the case may be. They're never to blame. And they're so good at spinning these stories that you might even start to believe them. You think maybe they're right. Maybe I'm the one who's being unreasonable, but trust me, you're not. It's just another one of their tactics to keep you under their control. These people live in a world where everything revolves around them. If they do something nice, it's not because they care, it's because they expect something in return. And if you can't give them what they want, they'll drop you like a hot potato. You see, to them, relationships are transactional. They're always calculating what they can get out of every interaction. And if the cost outweighs the benefit, they're out of there faster than you can blink. But here's the thing, they're so good at playing the victim that you end up feeling guilty for not giving in to their demands. It's like they have this radar for your weak spots, and they exploit them without a second thought. They might say things like, I thought you were different, or I really needed your help, but I guess I was wrong about you. And suddenly, you're the bad guy for setting boundaries. It's a mind game, and they're experts at it. Now, let's talk about envious people. This one's tricky because, at first glance, they might not seem that bad, but oh boy, they are. Their self-esteem is completely tied to appearances, how they look, what they have, and how they compare to others. This constant comparison game makes them bitter and resentful. And who do they take it out on? You, of course. They might criticize you for the silliest things, like your choice of clothes, your hobbies, or even the way you talk. But here's the kicker, they don't do it directly. Instead, they throw out these subtle jabs or backhanded compliments that leave you wondering, wait, was that an insult? They want to bring you down to their level, to make themselves feel better. And if you let them, they'll succeed. The more time you spend around them, the more you'll start doubting your own worth. It's almost like they have a built-in radar for spotting your insecurities. They zero in on whatever you're most self-conscious about and then use it against you in the most underhanded way possible. Maybe you're proud of a recent accomplishment, say you just got a promotion at work. Instead of congratulating you, they might say something like, wow, I didn't think you were that ambitious, or Are you sure you can handle the pressure? It's not overtly negative, but it's just enough to plant a seed of doubt in your mind. And the worst part? They'll do this under the guise of being honest or keeping it real. They might say, I'm just telling you this because I care, but let's be real, they don't care. What they care about is making sure you don't outshine them. And the moment you start to rise above, they'll be right there trying to drag you back down. It's toxic and it's exhausting. But why are they like this? It all comes down to insecurity. They can't stand the thought of someone else being more successful, more attractive, or more popular than they are. So they try to sabotage others to make themselves feel better. It's a classic case of misery loves company. And if you're not careful, they'll pull you right into their pit of negativity. But wait, there's more. What about the manipulators? These people are straight up dangerous, and not in an obvious way. They're smooth talkers, always convincing you that what's best for them is somehow best for you too. They play on your emotions, make you feel guilty for having your own needs. And before you know it, you're doing things you never wanted to do, all because they've twisted your mind into thinking it's the right choice. They don't care about your feelings, your needs, or your boundaries. To them, you're just a tool, a means to an end. They're like emotional vampires, sucking the life out of you until there's nothing left. And the worst part, they do it all under the guise of friendship or love. But let's be real, there's nothing loving about manipulation. What's really insidious about manipulators is how they get under your skin. They don't just attack you head on. No, they're much sneakier than that. They start by subtly undermining your confidence. Maybe they make little comments here and there that make you question yourself. Or they give you just enough praise to keep you hooked, but never enough to make you feel truly appreciated. It's all part of their plan to keep you off balance, so you're more likely to go along with whatever they want. And let's talk about how they make you feel guilty. Oh man, they are masters at this. They'll do something nice for you, like buy you a gift or help you out in a tough situation, and then they'll hold it over your head forever. The next time they need something from you, they'll remind you of that favor they did for you, making you feel obligated to return the kindness, even if it's something you're not comfortable with. But here's the thing, they didn't do that nice thing because they're a good person. They did it because they were setting you up for future manipulation. It's all calculated. They're always thinking several steps ahead, planning how they can get what they want from you. And if you resist, they'll turn the tables, making you feel like you're the one being unreasonable or ungrateful. It's a toxic cycle, and the only way to break free is to recognize what's happening and put a stop to it. So what do we do about all this? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple. Distance yourself. You see, as much as we might want to help everyone, some people just aren't worth the effort. They're set in their ways, and no amount of kindness, understanding, or support is going to change that. The best thing you can do for your own peace of mind is to recognize these toxic traits and step back. But let's be real, it's easier said than done, right? We're often conditioned to think that we should be nice, that we should give people the benefit of the doubt, that we should try to help those who are struggling. And yes, in many cases that's true. But when it comes to toxic people, that kindness can be a trap. They'll take advantage of your good nature and use it against you. So it's crucial to set boundaries and stick to them. Think of it like this: your energy is like money in a bank account. You only have so much of it to spend each day. Are you going to waste it on people who don't appreciate it, who drain you and give nothing back? Or are you going to invest it in relationships that uplift you, that inspire you, that make you feel valued? The choice is yours, but I hope you choose wisely. And don't feel guilty about it either. It's not selfish to protect your peace. In fact, it's one of the most important things you can do for yourself. Because when you're surrounded by people who respect you, who genuinely care about you, and who support your growth, you'll be able to achieve so much more. You'll have the energy and the confidence to go after your dreams, to take risks, to push yourself beyond your limits. And that's where true happiness lies, in being the best version of yourself, not in trying to fix others who don't want to be fixed. So, what do you think? Have you encountered these types of people? How did you deal with them? Let's chat in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And hey, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more stoic wisdom coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Stay strong, stay focused, and most importantly, stay away from those who don't deserve your energy. Until next time, take care.